right, you know, I have a quest for the worst gifts: fruitcake, socks, vacuum, frying pan, donations in your name. One woman said lingerie. She's a killjoy. What about, and Dr. John Dishler, who I'm going to get to in a second here, says gift certificates to a place you don't like. That would be definitely a bad gift. You know, many of you watching right now qualify for LASIK surgery. Many of you have flexible spending accounts or medical savings accounts. Hey, even if you don't, you'll never find better treatment for this price, and you can get rid of glasses and contacts forever. We've talked to so many people about this. So many people have watched this show, and they were previously nervous, and they had it done. We have one such patient here, Gabe Herrera. He watched the show, but we're going to talk about some of the things he was afraid of, or most of us are. What are the top 5 reasons people don't have LASIK? Dr. John Dishler, and we have Gabe Herrera with us. Gabe?
Yes.
Were your eyes bad?
They were bad. I mean, they weren't as bad as some people's, but they were bad enough, yeah.
You wore contacts or glasses?
I wore both. I wore glasses during the week, and when I worked, I wore my contacts.
All right. And if I had to say one of your biggest fears, what would it be? If I had to guess, what are yours?
Of the surgery itself? Or
of LASIK.
Well,
any of the fears?
Just the whole procedure itself, you know, the thought of what they were going to do to your eyes.
The unknown.
The unknown.
What do you think? Now, you have some of the reasons that people...
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. I mean, people have all sorts of questions about LASIK, but, you know, fear is a very primal thing, and people are afraid, and they should be, because it's their eyes. They only have 2. And, you know, they're afraid of all kinds of things. They're afraid of the unknown.
Number one is they're afraid to go blind.
Go blind, yeah. And now, fortunately, no one has ever gone blind. We've never had any of our patients lose vision. And even in the, you know, big studies, millions of people have had this done. But, you know, it is sort of a lingering fear. And, of course, it's important to be very careful because we don't want to have any problems, but that's probably the number one fear. The other fear that people don't talk about is they're afraid of pain.
Yes, of course.
They're afraid it's going to hurt. My eyes, I know if I just get an eyelash in my eye, it hurts, so
Gabe,
how can you do this and not have it hurt?
Did you think it was going to hurt, Gabe?
Yeah, I mean, I thought about it, but, you know, after doing research, and, you know, knew that it probably wouldn't.
Okay, and LASIK is probably one of the least invasive forms of surgery. We're talking microscopic amounts of tissue that are acted upon.
Yeah, it's a very tiny amount of tissue that's actually removed, just a very slight reshaping of the eye, and it's all done with light, you know, with lasers, and I know lasers can sound scary, but again, it's not like James Bond where it's a laser that burns a hole through people. It's a very controlled, very fine laser.
And some people have a fear of that scalpel, which goes along with pain.
No scalpels, no bleeding, no blood, no shots,
nothing.
No cutting. Most people have very little. I don't know, Gabe, did you feel much of anything? We didn't discuss this ahead of time, did we? But did it hurt? Did you feel anything while we were doing it?
Not at all.
Because the actual laser on the eye would be the 4th fear. You know, the idea of a laser on the eye. And Gabe, 15 to 20 seconds per eye was probably most of the time, and I don't know what yours particular one was, but
I think mine was about 7 seconds per eye. So yeah,
that's incredible.
Yes.
See, and then being awake.
Yeah, people say, "Can you knock me out?" I say, "Well, it's going to be over, you know, so quick." And we need people,
I know.
5 seconds, but we need people to be awake. But you know, he was just telling me off air, we give everybody Valium and some other medications, kind of liquid courage, makes everyone feel relaxed and comfortable. They don't really need it for the pain, but it helps make the whole process, because it's scary, you know, it's the unknown. But didn't that sort of help, you were saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It helped tremendously.
Yeah. And Gabe, you know, he's a security guy, and he said he was telling me about with his contacts, having to put them in, or worried about contacts fall out, and, you know, in a tough situation.
And of course, you're not going to a hospital. You're going to your wonderful surgical center here.
Oh, thank you.
And really it is. It's beautiful. Gabe, how did you find the atmosphere? Was that reassuring?
I found it wonderful. I mean, when I went in for my consult, you know, everybody put me at ease, and everybody was professional, and just it made me more comfortable going through with the surgery.
And you were fed up, of course, with your glasses, and you were nervous, but they put you at ease. And what I'd like to know is, how is your eyesight?
2015.
2015.
As I tell people, I see in high definition as opposed to standard definition before. It's amazing.
Now, how long did it take you to see those benefits?
I'd say right afterwards. I mean, right after I went home and I fell asleep for a little bit after the medication went off, but afterwards I could see, you know, immediately.
Isn't that cool?
It's
what
wonderful.
A great feeling that is. Sometimes right in the doctor's office, they look at a clock across the room.
Yeah, we have everyone look at the clock. Probably you saw that. And it's very reassuring.
And it takes a little while to
Yeah, so
to
and also the people are afraid of my eye's going to have to be patched. Am I going to be able to see? But you could pretty much see and get around function.
Yes.
It's a little blurry the day it's done, but usually by that evening or the next day, people say their vision's just fine.
And Gabe was watching the show. He heard about Dr. John Dishler, and I think that he'll agree it's everything we say. The one thing I like, of course, one of the several things I like is that surgical center. I can't say enough about that. You go in, you don't have to meet him somewhere at a hospital or at a surgical center. It's his surgical center. All of his people are there. They hold your hand through the entire process.
They do, literally.
Yes.
Literally, yes.
Literally. And then you're out of there, and most correction, the actual correction, is, you know, anywhere from 5 to 15 seconds an eye. It's incredible. And we have a screaming deal for people watching. So if you're like Gabe and you're watching, why don't you just get off the couch and do something about it this Christmas season? Give yourself a gift, or give someone else a gift. You get 15% off if you schedule before December 22nd. It's the holiday special. That makes it $3,100 for both eyes. You will never find this price for the same technology and the same vision correction anywhere. 15% off. Don't be taken in by these lost leaders where they add if you have any kind of correction whatsoever. This is the latest technology, 15% off. Schedule before December 22nd. You don't have to have it done then, but schedule by then. That makes it perfect for those who have flex spending. Even if you used up this year's, if you have it done in January, you can get all of your flex spending up front. That's the way it works, and then fund it throughout the year. And that's pre-tax dollars if you have that. 15% off. And here's how you contact Dishler LASIK and Dr. John Dishler and his wonderful team. 303-793-3000, 303-793-3000. Online, Dishler.com, Dishler.com.